Hola, ¿cómo están? Vamos a hablar de los pronombres de objeto directo. Okay? We're going to talk about direct object pronouns today. Okay, so this is a little bit of grammar that we're going to need for this chapter. Okay, we will be quizzing this aspect. Okay, so before we get serious, let's get a little silly. Okay, so let's see if you get this.
Wow, it's so weird to be here on our own.
No supervision, no one telling us what to do.
So, what should we do?
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Pablo said to talk about direct object pronouns.
Wow, that sure sounds like fun.
But with no one else here to tell us what to do, we can make it fun. Look, Doña, los borradores los tengo. Coming at you.
Lo tengo! Woo, baby, we're rolling now! Las manzanas, las tengo! Hey, Doña, think fast! Las tengo!
Okay, so I think that's enough for one day. What do you think, Doña?
Doña, it's been real and it's been fun, but let's get out of here.
Por favor. Whew. Okay, so did you get it? El borrador, the eraser, el borrador, lo tengo. La manzana, la tengo. Los borradores, los tengo. Las manzanas, las tengo. So today we're going to talk about direct object pronouns. Direct object pronouns are things that you use to replace the noun. For example, la manzana, right? The apple. You like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? What's it? It is the apple. So notice that when I ask you the second time if you like it, I didn't say, do you like the manzana? Do you like the apple? Why? Did you know that it means apple? Because I already had asked you, right? I mentioned la manzana. So direct object pronouns, their purpose is to replace the noun, the things that we're talking about, okay? So let's get a little bit more technical and I'll explain better. So in page 41, it tells you exactly what I'm talking about. Direct object pronouns. So let's think English first before we go into Spanish, okay? Because it's very similar when we compare them. So direct object pronouns, what they receive the action of the verb, of the action word in a sentence. They answer the question whom or what about the verb. Direct object pronouns take the place of direct object nouns. Nouns like manzana. Nouns like teléfono. Okay? So in English we have something such as this. I have the passport. In this case, the passport is the noun. I am the subject. The passport is the noun. Have is the verb. I have the passport. So if you say it, I have it. It becomes the pronoun, replaces the noun. I, the subject, have it. What is it? The passport. But before we can establish and use these direct object pronouns, the ones that receive the action, right? They receive the action of the verb. You must establish what are you talking about. Okay? I have the passport. We already established that we're talking about a passport. Now, if you say I have it, you understand that we're talking about the passport, is replacing the word passport. So in Spanish it's similar. Look, tengo, which means I have. Though you don't need yo in front anymore because tengo only goes with yo. Tengo el pasaporte. Tengo el pasaporte. I have the passport. Now, if you want to replace pasaporte, you will use lo. Lo works as it, but the difference is that in English you put it after the verb, but in Spanish you put it before the verb. Okay? A little backwards, right? Well, it's a different language. It's different. So just remember, the direct object pronouns replace. They replace the noun, okay? And they are located usually before the verb that's been conjugated the verb that has been changed. Okay? There's other rules about that. But before I get into it, let's get familiar with these direct object pronouns. So, me is for me. Te is for you. Lo, you formal, or him, or it. Okay, if you're talking about him, you would use lo for masculine, and la for feminine, for you or formal. So if you say, I like her, you will say, me gusta. You will use la, okay? La. For talking about to her. Lo will be for him or it. Nos is for us. Os is for you, familiar, in a familiar way. Los is for you or to them. Or las is for you and to them, feminine. Okay? So let's just apply them and see how they look. Okay? So here you have direct object pronouns that replace directly before the conjugated verb. That's what you put them, right? So remember we talk about the verb ver. Ver means to see. Veo a la profesora. I see the teacher. So we're talking about who's doing the action here. I am doing the action. I am seeing. Who am I seeing? La profesora. La profesora right here is the noun that we're talking about. So to replace, if I want to say I see her, you replace la profesora, this whole word, and you put la in front of the verb, veo. La veo. I see her. Okay? So do you understand? La veo. So you put it in front. If it will be profesor, veo a el profesor, you want to say, I see him. You don't put la veo. You will put lo veo. But lo is for him, right? I'm seeing him. I see him. La veo is I see her. Look at this other action right here. Héctor tiene el itinerario. Héctor is the subject. What is it that he's doing? He has. Tiene, right? Héctor tiene. He's the subject. What is it that he has? What is the noun? Itinerario. Tiene el itinerario. The itinerary, right? So this is what you're going to replace. El itinerario. Notice that is a male word, right? So you're going to change it to what? To lo, correct. But where does it go? It goes, if you want to say Héctor has it, you will put it before the conjugated verb, okay? Notice in English you have it after the verb. In Spanish you have it before. Héctor lo tiene. Héctor has it. Okay, so you just have to remember those things, that you have to put it before the conjugated verb. Now, if you have two verbs, remember, if you have two verbs in a sentence, then you can put it before the conjugated verb, like you see it here, lo tiene, right? Or you can attach it to the verb that is not conjugated, the second verb in that sentence. This is what I'm talking about. I am not going to pack the suitcase today. Okay? No voy a hacer la maleta hoy. So I am doing the action, right? Or as a matter of fact, I am not doing the action because I don't want to do it, right? I'm not going to pack. La maleta is the noun right here, la maleta. Yeah? So this is what you want to replace, right? You want to say, I'm not going to pack it today. So notice that here you have two verbs. The first verb is the verb to ir, from the verb ir, to go, and it's conjugated to voy. Notice that, right? Voy. What happens to the second verb? What is the rule? In a sentence, if you have two verbs, the second one, nothing happens to it. It stays in its original form, as you can see it right here, right? No voy a hacer la maleta. So what is it that you will substitute? La maleta will be, the direct object pronoun for feminine words will be la. So where does it go? It will go, no voy a hacerla. Or you can put it here. No la voy a hacer. It goes before the conjugated verb. Or you can attach it to this verb, hacer, right here, in one word. No voy a hacerla. Notice here. No la voy a hacer hoy. I'm not going to do it today. Notice how the la maleta is before the conjugated verb, the verb that's been changed. Or you can attach it to the second verb. That is this right here. No voy a hacerla. But watch out. Ojo, ojo. You cannot attach it at the end of a verb if there's only one verb. Okay? So for example, right here, there's only one word, one verb. Veo, right? You cannot say veo la. It will be incorrect. You have to have two verbs so you can attach the direct object pronoun to that verb. No voy a hacerla hoy. I'm not going to pack it today. This is correct and this is also correct. Okay? So with that in mind, let's try to do some exercises. Okay? So let's go to the next page. Okay, so in page 42 we're gonna complete activity 6, 7. And in page 43 we'll do 8 and 9. So right here what you have to do is pretty much create a mini conversation. Okay, you're gonna be able to write it down. So here is the example, the model. All right, the word is el pasaporte, the passport. So you will ask someone, ¿tienes el pasaporte? And the other person will say in the yo form, sí, lo tengo. You can say no, lo tengo, no lo tengo. But remember that we're talking about pasaporte, right? So notice how he didn't say no tengo el pasaporte. He just replaced pasaporte with the direct object pronoun because it's el pasaporte. It's a masculine word. It's one. Then you use lo. And where does it go? It goes before the conjugated verb. Okay? You cannot say tengo lo like you would want to say it in English. Got it. I have it. Right? In Spanish will be it have. I have it. Lo tengo. Before the verb. So you have los videojuegos. Los videojuegos. So what will be the direct object pronoun for videojuegos? Correct. Los. El lector de DVD. Lo. El libro. Lo. La identificación. La. El radio. Lo. El tocadiscos compactos. Lo. Las tarjetas postales. Las. Los discos compactos. Los. El televisor. Lo. So right here what you do, you click on Q and you complete that, okay? Incomplete sentences. You will write it right here. It gives it to you. Los videojuegos. Then you will say, first of all, you ask, ¿tienes los videojuegos? And the next person will say, sí, los tengo. Notice how I replace los videojuegos. I replace videojuegos with los because I don't have to say it again. I just replace videojuegos with los. And I change it to the yo form of tener, right? The verb tener, to have, tengo, sí los tengo. Because it's a mini conversation between A and B. So you might want to put A. And this person right here that says sí los tengo will be B. Okay? And that's what you have to do with each one of them. Make sure that you click submit. Okay? So now let's go to the next activity. Okay, so here in activity 7, what are you going to do? You're going to complete this using the direct object pronoun. But you have to make sure that you determine who's doing the action. Okay? If I'm doing the action, then the direct object pronoun will be me. If he's doing the action, it will be lo. Right? So let's see. En el verano, vamos a Costa Rica. Mis abuelos invitan. So who's doing the action? We, right? Nosotros. So this will be nos invitan. And that's what you have to do with each one of them. Okay? Hablo en español con mis abuelos. Ellos Who is doing the action? I am doing the action, right? So ellos me entienden.